Hi all, welcome back to Europa Universalis. This is the ambitious Margrave scenarios, my part 8. I've just had to restart that. I only got 3 minutes in, but I got interrupted about 3 or 4 times in that 3 minutes. So I just scrapped it because I was getting a bit lost to where I was. I had been saying that the videos are kind of building up a bit without them getting out there to people, which I don't like because I like the videos to get viewed and maybe, if I'm making major mistakes to come back to me, but I'm trying to watch some of the other videos out there as well, and there's only so much you can do, but anyway, I'll plod along for now. I mean, the best thing to do would just be to release them without me watching them back. I might end up having to start doing that. However, anyway, it is the Austrians' turn. We had to turn. That's right, yeah, we had to turn last time, then it's Austria and then Denmark. So Austria bought, let's see, I've just had a quick look at this. They are going to draw a card again. None of these apply. They are at war, but their army's not on the map, and they're not under attack by enemies or rebels. So none of these, and it's got plenty of bulk power. It's got 3, 6, 9 available and only 2 spent, so it's got loads. It does have bought cards left, so it's going to draw a card. And already drew this briefly. So it's convert or focus economy. We're going to spend 1 bot power. Just a quick look. It doesn't apply. I did have a sort of, which I think is a daft thought when I read this convert. I mean, there's not any religious dissent at all. So any areas with religious dissent, there's not. So perform second action on card. We can move that, but. I don't know if it's a daft thought or not, but does this mean any areas at all on the map, or does it just mean any areas that Austria have in their areas? Any areas that they control with religious dissent. Not 100% sure, but I think it feels like it must be. I suppose I went through the other ones that would probably make it clearer, but anyway. So we're moving on to focus economy. Focus actions just there. So, is there any R cubes in a focus area already for Austria? No, there isn't. No, there is not. So no. So place a spent bot power in the focus area named on the card. Put aside that bot card. Put aside that bot card because it's not reshuffled this age, and then end the turn. Okay. So it was economy. So we take 1 from the available, put it in economic. And then that card gets removed and won't be back until the next age. And that's that. Yeah, it turns out we could have done the Austrian bots action then, because that's it, finished. Nothing more to do. Let me just... Because I know I was sort of skipping back, but I think this procedure, I thought at first I was making a bit of a mistake by not going back to this procedure here. Because once we've drawn the card, we should really come back to this. But is there anything relevant in there? Do I need to come back to this really? At war and card has war action. Okay, if it had that, I would react to that and then it would perform the war action on the card, which we were at war, but it didn't have that on that. So I don't think I need to come back to this part to know what I'm doing. But let's just move on. So, if it was at war, it would go there, and then it would do the war action instead. Did it take effect? If it didn't, it would perform the first action on the card. And if there wasn't war on the card, and if it did take effect, it would end the turn. If it wasn't a war on the card, we'd perform the first action on the card. Did it take effect? End the turn. Didn't it take effect? Put the second action. Did it take effect? If it did, end the turn. And then, so if nothing happens at all, nothing's able to happen at all, it's going to score prestige equal to the bot power spent on the drawn bot card, and then end the turn anyway. Okay, so it's not really relevant. I don't need to keep coming back to this bit once I've drawn a card, I don't believe. So, right, let's move on. So the bot, it's Denmark now. And now they've got 6 bot power available and 6 spent. So they're not less than. It's not quite, but that's close. It's not 0. They're not under attack. Their army is on the map. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they can siege, can't they? Right. Yeah, so here's the thing here. How would I know? Let's just say I'd been away for a while, which is quite possible, right? And we can see that they're at war with Hamburg. Yeah, that war token should be on Hamburg. I suppose the claim's in there as well. So, well, I suppose we would know because the war token's there. Is that not enough, Grant? Because if right now we had moved into there... No, hang on, Grant. You've got an army in there anyway. Is that not another hint or a sign? Because I'm pretty sure this did happen last time, that they moved in there and there was a battle, wasn't there? Yeah, no, hold on. There was a naval battle, because that's a port. I get the feeling that the Danish won that. And then there was a... I think it must be clear that the fact that the army's there must have been a battle. There must have been a land battle. I mean, that must... Because right now, I wouldn't know if I've had a battle or not. But maybe that's the sign. Maybe because the army's there, yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to look back on things. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, so the last action by Denmark was indeed a land battle. It started with a naval battle, and this army wasn't on the map at the time. And then the Danes won the naval battle, and then we carried on looking through the military flowchart. Just before I carry on there, I believe, well, in fact, I know now, because the designer actually answered somebody's question, and it was, he said, defeated bot army manpower goes back to the manpower reserve. So actually, the unit that got eliminated... Oh, sorry, this wasn't the land battle, it wasn't the naval battle, of course. There was a land battle, and they lost one unit, although they still had 4 units left, so that means Denmark succeeded in the battle. However, this goes back into there, which I find a little bit strange, because what would happen to ours? Well, I suppose, yeah, ours would just go exhausted, wouldn't it? I would think. It wouldn't go back to available, would it? It would go from the army to exhausted. So I suppose it's not actually removed to the supply. No, fair enough. So yeah, I'll make a wee note of that. That was a mistake. That should have went there. So there was indeed a naval battle, then carried on. This army came out. It was able to move into there, and then it had a land battle against... They rolled 1 dice against the Danes. They got 1 hit, but however, the Danes still have an army of 4 units. So they succeeded. Now, I don't think anything else gets changed there when the army finishes. It doesn't say anything. When the battle finishes, land battle, and then end turn, going and looking at land battle. Borders units remaining, yes. Resolving borders used, right, and then end battle. So nothing gets altered here. But I think the fact that this army is in this area and there's the war, they're at war, tells us that there was a land battle last turn, and now tells us that they can siege in that area. So I think that's what's going to happen. So rather than come down to drawing a card, well, at the moment anyway, their army is on the map board and can siege in same area. So go to siege, spend 1 bot power per tax income sieged. So this is where it just stops here. So that's on the next page. Go to siege and spend one. What was that? Spend 1 bot power per tax income sieged. Right, it's down the bottom. So siege from main turn structure, plus from defend and military actions. Yeah, we came from the main turn structure. Siege hostile provinces of up to 3 tax value. Okay, but ignores siege strength. Spend 1 per tax value siege. There's got to be note 3 there. Prefer own core provinces occupied by enemy, then any opponent's towns / vassals, then NPRs. Right, it is just going to be the NPR. Well, we're only targeting the one. Remember, this is just on Hamburg, isn't it? So I think it's a straightforward case of they siege Hamburg, I think. Just checking, island provinces can only be sieged bought as a ship. Bought is only 1 bought per, no small provinces to siege. It sieges a large province. Bought is only 1 bought per, no small provinces to siege. It sieges a large province. Alright, so it gets away with that. Bought is 3 plus military ideas. It sieges 2 tax value per. Bought per spent up to tax value to 6 tax value in total. Also see steps 4 to 7 of sieges and occupation. Main rules, page 28. Okay. So just glancing across at sieges there, and rather than go through it all, because I realised I thought this is what was happening. So when sieging an NPR province, you place an occupied token on that province, and then one of your own towns of matching size with the unrest side facing up on top of it. And that's it. I mean, I suppose I should have kind of started at the top here. Pick an area with 1 plus enemy controlled provinces but no enemy units, where you have 1 plus land units. Yeah, see, that's what's happened. There's no enemy units there. There's 1 enemy controlled province. Remember, it's just Hamburg. Calculate total siege strength of the units you wish to. Well, it's just going to be 1, and we're allowed to do up to 3 strength worth. That might just be a bot thing. Enemy provinces you wish to siege must have a total tax value equal to or lower than your siege strength. Well, for the bot, siege strength is 3. Does it tell you here what your siege strength is regarding? Or is it just the strength of your army? Okay, there actually. It's dependent on what you've got. A siege strength. Of course, yeah, I remember this. So infantry are got a siege strength of 1, whereas cavalry only have a siege strength of a half, rounded down. So you would need 2 of them to be 1, and artillery, however, have a siege strength of 2. So, and it depends what you've got in your army, of course. But it did say for the bot here. Oh, hold on. Right, sorry, I'm all over the place. So going back to there, it says go to siege, spend 1 bot per tax income sieged. And then over the siege part, it says siege hostile provinces up to 3 tax value. Bot ignores siege strength. Okay. So they can do up to 3 tax value, and you spend 1 per tax value sieged. Okay. I know this is simple. I just want to understand this for the future, I suppose. Okay, so I think what happens here is, now I don't think there's anything to say that claim goes away, but we put what have I done that? An occupied marker in Hamburg, and then we pick one of Denmark's towns here, so that's going to increase its stuff. And it goes flipped over to its unrest side, however, on there. Oops, probably not showing you that. There we go. And then, yeah, I'm just going to leave that claim there, and then we've got this war as well, so we are still at war. Okay, I'll leave all the rest of that in there, I think. And I think that should be the other way around, Grant. Okay, right, and then back to the siege action flowchart. It says, so once we've done that, I think that's the right procedure. So it says at war, which we still are. I don't think that's not changed in. Or has town with unrest, which we are as well. So I'm not awful sure. You must be able to get here from another way, or wait to not have that. Or that's a kind of, what is that? Rebel town. Or it's a rebel town on them in this area. At war, or has a town with unrest, or a rebel town on them in this area. And the answer is yes, so end turn. And if there was none of that, you could see it would remove its army. So it leaves its army there, I believe. Okay. Now hang on, that had to spend 1 bot power per tax value siege. There was only 1 tax value, so 1 bot power. So he has now spent more than he's got left. Okay. Right, well that was quite quick as well, I suppose. Now hang on, I've missed stuff there. Yes. I missed stuff. No, I've not. We didn't draw a card. I was going to say, I was thinking it was this military card that we had. We didn't even draw a card, did we? He never got to that stage. No, we didn't miss. I've not missed stuff. Right. Okay, well that's, both bots had their turn. So it's back to us. Yeah, that glare is just not really avoidable, I'm afraid. Well, what was I going to do? I think what I wanted to try and do is maybe just trade for the last... I mean, I could keep this and we could just pass, and I'm going to get 5 ducats anyway. I thought, why not trade once more and just... There is a chance, I suppose, that the Danish bot may... Oh, no, they won't pass. They've none of them... Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, Denmark has had the other event. Has done their event. So, how could they possibly pass? And this is me trying to look and to see what they would do. Well, that doesn't apply. No. That would be no this time, because they can't siege anymore. And that would be no. See, that would be a yes, because they've got more spent power than bought power left. However, are they at war? Well, yes, they're at war with Austria. And do they have 4 bought power left? Yes, so they're actually going to draw. They would actually draw another card, because they've got 5 bought power left. Okay, that makes my mind up. So yeah, I think I'm going to go and trade then. So it's just 1 diplomatic, isn't it? Yeah. Requires a connection to capital area, it says. Well, all of the ours does. I mean, we do need to get... But remember, we've opened up this to Champagne. So we've got Champagne or Vienna. That are both connected. So we can both trade in them. So yeah, I'm going to do this. So we're going to spend... 1 diplomatic power, and we're going to trade. So we're going to draw 3 cards, aren't we? I guess I just kind of need to have the rules open though. It's here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so trade. Right, sorry, I'll just pause and... Yeah, okay, so I'm going to draw the top 3 trade cards. 1, 2, 3. I'll see what we get. And we're looking for Champagne or Vienna. Here we go. Adriatic Sea, Kiev, Aleppo. Well, that's not any good. North Sea, Genoa, Sevilla. Oh, there's Champagne. Oh, and Vienna. That's good then. Although now, well, we don't own anything. They've got the plus as well, which means you get an extra 1 for them, isn't it? So these two are definitely not any good, are they? No. So I'm gonna just discard them, and we'll have a look at this one. I'm assuming I get to pick which one. Well, yeah, you clearly do. Just wondering if any. I get the feeling Champagne would be better, because I don't control any of them. I'm only going to get 1 trade power for either one, because the only cities that I have, it needs to be the. I would say it needs to be the Saxony one that probably has the Brandenburg stuff. It needs to be Brandenburg, doesn't it? Well, yeah. No, hold on. I've got Potsdam, Altmark, and what's the other one? Berlin, yeah. But I mean, none of them are there. I think these are all Austrian and these are all French, probably. Oh, well, maybe not. Yeah, they do stretch outside a little bit. Yeah, I think that's why, if you look, Saxony is the closest one. That's the Saxony one there. It's the closest one in Brandenburg. Well, I suppose the Vienna one's not that far away. Anyway, it doesn't have any of them on it, Grant. So I think looking at that, because if we pick Vienna, the bot has. Oh, he's going to get it anyway. If he's got 1 city adjacent, isn't it? So it's passive trading, isn't it? Yeah, when a human player takes trade action, eligible bot realms, see main rules, page 34, may collect passive. Is that the page was on? No. Oh, that's just talking about the trade cards and all that. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think I need to read into that deeply, hopefully. So, as follows. In an inland trade node, all bots gain 2 bot power if they also have at least 1 town adjacent to the selected node. Yeah. So, to be honest, it doesn't matter which one I pick. So, I'll pick Champagne. So, he goes down. And we get, it's 5 ducats, isn't it? So, it wasn't a bad one. So, we get 5 ducats, which I'll take. And then it's only Austria. You can see that Denmark don't have a town adjacent to that, but Austria too. So Austria are going to gain 2 bot power. Oh, that's a stretch. There's 1. So there. Got loads of bot power left. 2. So they get 2. We got our trade, which worked quite nicely. That did, yeah. 5 out of that was alright. And then yeah, that's my turn, isn't it? I think so, yeah. Turns are going quick all of a sudden. Right, I'm going to take my prestige markers off the map right now and just track these up here. Brandenburg has 3 points. Austria has 3 points. Denmark's got 0 points. Yeah, I was waiting until it was on the map, but I figure I can still have a 0. As long as it doesn't go to a minus, then it makes it slightly awkward. So I'm just going to leave the dice up there. I suppose I could just to show what it is I'm doing with these dice. And when it comes stretching a bit and then we need 2 dice to mark them, I'm going to use 2 blue dice for Brandenburg, 2 white dice and 2 red dice. So it just gets that area cleared for me, make things easier, right? Right, so that's Brandenburg done with a turn, right? I'm going to push on then, because that's only 24 minutes anyway. So we're going to go back to Austria, aren't we? So back to Austria bot. It's got plenty of bot power. Yeah, there's no mucking about there. As long as he's got more bot power, because he's not got his army on the map or under attack, etc. So he's got bot cards left, so he's going to draw a card. Oops. My fault. Right, so Yeah, that's the one we drew the last time, yeah. Okay, so this time I've got naval. Right, this is new. So we spend 1 bot power and we flip over a military card. So I'm going to spend his 1 bot power. That's 3 he's got spent. And we're going to swing around and discard one of these. So a quick look at it. Maybe not so relevant what the military ones are, but you never know. You might look at the ruler, for instance. Nah, I don't know. Right, anyway, that's discarded. I don't think it's that relevant to me right now. So naval, so a naval action, right. Let's see what that does. Right, so not done this one before, so that might slow us down a bit. So naval. Any hostile, this is Austria, any hostile sea zone adjacent to bots, ports or ships. And then one it says ignore distant sea zones if bot does not have, oh that's quest for the New World. Yeah, so he doesn't have that, so we ignore distant sea zones. Well, there's nothing in the distant sea zones anyway. So any hostile sea zone adjacent to bots, ports or ships. I was trying to hit pause there, and I missed. Right. Well, I don't think so. There's one of their ships down there. I mean, hostile, it needs to be Denmark. So you can see their ships are up there. And Austria only have this 1 ship, and all their ports, well, in fact, I'm saying all their ports, Crane is their only port anyway. There, which is in the Adriatic Sea, and there's no Denmark ship in there, so that's a no. And this would have to be, there would have to be a Danish ship in here, I want to say, adjacent to that ship. So I think that's how that works. So answer is no. So any sea zone without bots, ships adjacent to bots, ports. Any sea zone without bots, ships adjacent to bots, ports. No, again. Yeah, well, I already said that Crane was the only port that they had. These are all inland. So Crane's the only port that it had, and it's got a ship in that sea zone. So that's going to be a no as well, isn't it? So no. Has 5+ ships on main map. It's got 1, so no. Any main map sea zone without bots, ships, adjacent to any bot ships. Well, yes, I've already said the one in Adriatic Sea, rather than come across again, we'll come across on that, is adjacent to the central Mediterranean. So any main map sea zone without bot ships adjacent to, yes. So yes, so that goes up to here. So it says place a ship in such sea zone, prefer adjacent to most trade nodes, then alphabetical. Well, there is only one. Right, I mean, I managed to stop the video there. I'm moving things. Okay, so that was up to about 28 minutes. Right, so yeah, the Adriatic Sea, and there's the line that splits it between there and the central Mediterranean. So that is adjacent to there. That is only one. And so we place a ship in there. Okay, so a ship goes in there. And I want to think that they go in the trade bit when they first go in there. I did notice when I was watching some video footage that when there's a combat, if there's a naval combat, they have to leave that area to carry out the combat. I think you can move these when a trade thing comes along anyway, can't you? Not quite sure about that. I may have to check up on that about when they can be in these, because these are what give you the trade power, not just in the sea area. I think they need to be in these wee sea ship boxes. So I think you can start there though, and that one's fine. Yeah, for instance, that one up in the North Sea, for instance, actually that Danish one, it was involved in combat, so it would have had to come out of there. So I'm not sure if it should still be sitting out there or not, if it really matters. But I mean, right now, if the Danes were doing this action, they had the trade action, because I think Austrians are going to trade as well. I think if they had that, they wouldn't have this ship in port, but then I think they're allowed to move a ship into the... Yeah, okay, maybe something I need to look up on more, right. But we'll leave that for now. I don't think it's important. Right, so we'll put that ship there, so that's good. I started looking at the wrong bit there. I was looking up here, and then it's go to naval battle, and I'm like, eh? No, it's this one here, Grant. So we place the ship, and then the black arrow takes us to here. So has the ship is adjacent to any pirates? No, it's not. So now we are going to draw a trade card. So let's read this bit. It might tell us about these ships. All boats that are eligible to trade in any node listed on this card will trade in the topmost... Also, it's just one card they draw. The topmost node that they qualify for, all boats that are eligible to trade. For inland nodes, boats also need an adjacent town. Boats gain 3 bot power if this is a distant node, and 2 if it's not. It's got to be 2... reference, bot power, income gets reduced by 1 for each pirate in the node where it trades. Okay, there's no pirates. And then, lastly, which could... Well, no, not if it's going to be in the war. It's not going to help her. Oh no, it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to draw one that's in the water though, Grant. So yeah, we could benefit from this. Every human player can collect trade income from any eligible node on this card where they have a merchant. And I remember reading this because it doesn't matter if the merchant's lying down or not. I might just double check that one, but I'm pretty sure that's okay. Resolving bot gains 2 prestige. Oh, per human player who collects income. Ouch. Right, I didn't know that one. 3, it's got to be 3 there. If playing without missions for human players, give no P to bots during the step. Well, we are playing with missions. So whoever the resolving bot is going to gain 2 bot power. If we trade. That means we are going to get some money out of it, so. Okay, so draw a trade card. Right, I think let's just draw the card. All bots that are eligible to trade in any node listed on this card will trade in the topmost node that they qualify for. Right, I'm just going to draw the card down here and see what we get. Oh, it's got Saxony on it, look. Okay. Bordeaux, which is a ship, a C1. Saxony or Genoa. Okay, so let's look about for these. Bordeaux is French, so I think that's a no. There's Bordeaux. So actually we're looking for these, Grant. So there's Bordeaux. There's nothing there, but right. Can't they move a ship? I don't know. Nah. Right, so Bordeaux, Saxony, I'm pretty sure Austria are going to be able to do, aren't they? Saxony's here. Austria do have a town adjacent to Saxony. So, and remember, they just move their merchant directly to there. So that one seems good. And in actual fact, now Denmark have a town, because I'm pretty sure that counts as a town, even though it's unrest. I think they've got a town there as well, so I think they can trade in there too. The next one is Genoa. That's Italy, isn't it? Somewhere. There it's there. I see this can trade there. Although it did say the first one on the card, didn't it? All bots are eligible to trade in any node listed in the card will trade in the topmost node that they qualify for. So yeah, so they're going to go to, not Bordeaux, Saxony. Yeah, again, I think we're going to have to look at what these ships, I mean, could have, if we had a ship, if Austria had a ship in here, could they move it into this next area to then benefit from that? I I feel like they can move a ship. But I know I need to go and read that up. Probably in that area with trade. Let me have a little glance. Okay, here it's here under the trade action. So this is when we do it. So reveal 3 cards. If you cannot or do not wish to make any use of the cards, discard them all, ignore step 3, 6 and collect 2 ducats. Right, but step 3, optionally move one of your white ships using naval movement rules, page 25, to establish a connection to or increase your trade power where you intend to trade. You may place this ship on a trade protection slot, displacing any opponent's ship if all slots are occupied in its destination sea zone. This ship may not enter a hostile sea zone. Okay, so do the bots do the same in that then? Well, I guess this is where it might tell us. Bot trade. The bot uses only one merchant. The bot's merchant is only used as a marker to indicate where it traded last and to determine the removal and auto-resolution placement of pirates. Each pirate reduces bot trade income by 1, which we just read about. Bot ships do not occupy trade... Oh. Bot ships do not occupy trade protection slots. Okay. Right, well I've got them in the wee slots. I didn't know that then. So that's maybe rubbish I've been talking. Bot ships do not occupy trade protection slots. Yeah. Okay, bots trading. Bots trade is part of the naval action, see page 12. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That actions chart also covers passive trade income for other bots that are eligible to collect trade income. A bot's merchant is never exhausted. Humans trading. A bot... Right, well, this is what I've just read. I read that for our trade. A bot is not required to have a merchant present in node in order to collect passive trade income from it, but will move. It's not really telling us there. Kind of makes you think that they can then move a ship, but... Bot ship placement. Nothing about trade there though. Yeah, I think it would have maybe mentioned something about their ships. Being able to... Oh, course weight just now, Grant. Well, no, that is relevant. Yeah, because they still want bot power to gain... No, they don't. They don't care, do they? They just get 2 bot power. Oh, well... In a maritime trade node, all bots gain 2 for main map nodes and 3 for distant nodes. Yeah, so they just get 2. So it's not that they need to count up. It doesn't matter how much bot power they have. Whereas it does when we're counting up. We count things like our merchant counts for 1. Any ships that we have would count for 1. Any... provinces that we owned would count for 1 as well, but it doesn't matter to them. If they've got 1 there, they're just going to score 2 points, and that's that. 2 bot power. Okay, I think I'll probably just need to BGG that look about, because if it was a case that none of these applied apart from, say, this Bordeaux one, and this ship was here, and I would need to know if I could move the ship to allow it to benefit from that, wouldn't I? Okay, so none of the bots can do that. The thing is, it says all bots, doesn't it? Which is a bit... Because shouldn't maybe... This is Austria's turn. So, draw a card. All bots that are eligible to trade in any node listed on the card will trade in the topmost node that they qualify for. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that Austria would do it first because it's them. It's their action, but... So they're going to trade in Saxony. They can't do Bordeaux. The next one down is Saxony. And so their bot merchant is already in Saxony. They have a town adjacent to Saxony. So that satisfies that. They're going to gain 2 bot power. There's more cubes. I think they're running out actually. Hope I'm not doing something wrong here. So that's 2 more bot power gained. right? And I'll just do the Denmark bot here just now as well. So, and as far as I'm aware, he can trade in Saxony as well. That's the first one that counts. He can't get down to Bordeaux either, even if he was allowed to move his ship. Because they can only move one sea zone, I want to say. Or is it two? If it was two, that would matter. Right, I think I might chuck a wee question out there, but I just want to get this finished now. I'm running short of time. So, what I'm going to do with Denmark is I'm going to ask the question if this bot can make naval transport, because he could go from there, and there's a connection there in the English Channel for one, and then he could move into the Bay of Biscay, or for that matter the Atlantic, and then be adjacent to Bordeaux. So, and I'm assuming the merchant must come down to there as well if that was the case, eh? But he can automatically just come there. So I think that could happen then. It's just the fact that Bordeaux is the first node on the card, right? So they are going to get the 2 bot power for this anyway. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just maybe take the chance and say that they can't do that, because I'm not really finding anything that says that the bot can do that. I don't know why. It's naval movement. It says it said there that I moved off that page. There it's there, hang on. Optionally move one of your white ships using naval movement, rule 25, to establish a connection, or to establish a connection to or increase your trade power. So it tells you that in the trade action, but it doesn't mention anything in the bot rules about that. So I'll maybe have a quick wee question on that if I've got time. But I'm not going to do that one. We're just going to say that it can't do that, and he's just going to use the Saxony one as well. So we're going to bring that merchant down there too, to Saxony, and they're going to gain 2 bot power as well, the Danes. So they're back above their, they've got well actually 2, 4, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7, well they're equal now, which means that they won't go down that road where they've got Westland. And then with that, so coming back to that, every human player can collect trade income from any eligible node on this card where they have a merchant. And I'm definitely read somewhere that even though this merchant is spent, he still counts. The resolving bot is going to gain 2 per human player who collects income. So that is going to be the Austrians. So they're going to gain 2 points. So they're up to 5. And we're going to gain, because we have one. We don't own any. We don't own Bordeaux. It's Saxony, Frankfurt, Nuremberg, Praha, or Pfalz. We don't own any. You can see that we plus to them as well, so we get an extra 1. So we are just 1 power for our merchant, but it gives us 4 ducats. So excellent. We'll take another 4 ducats, and that's only 3 grants, so you can have another 1. So that's us back up to 15 ducats with the two trades. Good stuff. Okay. Yeah, and like I say, we'll find out. Well, if I get the chance to ask that question. If not, I'll leave it in the video here. And if it was the case that it would move down, I could probably alter this by moving the ship down and moving the merchant across to Bordeaux. It just feels a bit iffy about that move. It can't move into hostile seas, but there's no hostile area. English Channel's not hostile, so I think it could move into these areas. But whether it would do, right? Anyway, back to is that going to end the turn, or is there more? So that was us in there. Here we go. It goes back out to here. So what is that? Move merchant of bots that gained the bot power to topmost valid node on that on the card. Does Denmark get to do that? I'm starting to read that now and think, have I read that wrong? All bots that are eligible to trade in any node listed on this card. I mean, that sounds like all bots. Move merchant of bots that gained bot power to topmost valid node on the card. Well, I have done that, and I've moved, and it says bots. So yeah, okay. And then goes down. Has placed a ship this turn. It did. So then in turn, yeah. I'm just wondering if Denmark can benefit from that. We'll leave that there then. Starting to slightly doubt if Denmark could actually gain from that. Maybe not. Anyway, that's the end of the turn, and I think that's going to be the end of the night for me. I was hoping to maybe push one more, but that took up a little more time. And if I quickly go now, I might be able to go and fire that question off, and we can maybe see what's what. Okay, right, I'll leave it for now, and I'm hoping to get back tomorrow, and hopefully get a wee bit more time to sort of sit and, again, I'm still neglecting my other games, but I'm intrigued and want to get further. I want to get through this round, which is still taking a bit of time yet. Although we're about to pass. I think that's what we've got to do next. We've got Denmark to go first though, but then we're going to pass. Get some more money. We're going to have a nice chunk of money. And then, so it shouldn't be that far to the end of the round, I think. But they do have quite a lot of power left, so I don't know. Maybe not. Right, I better get away for now. I'll be back tomorrow. Cheers.